ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Monday the 21st of February 2022. It's a pleasure to be here. Give God thanks. Every morning you wake up, remember that. Give God thanks. Because when you hear the sunrise, not many of our friends and family are able to rise with us, viewers. So remember, I always say share our live stream when we go live. We are on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like and share. We are on YouTube, TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live, viewers. So as we start off our program tonight, viewers, although Carnival, or although February 28, 2022, and March 1st, 2022, were both listed as official school holiday due to Carnival at the start of the 2021-2022 term. Education Minister Dr. Nian Gasby-Dolly have indicated that classes will be held as normal. Gasby-Dolly said further advice will be issued this week. So viewers, those of you who are not going Carnival, teachers, you will have a normal Monday and Tuesday at school. Now, I can safely say this. School, let me say 2 years, 3 years back, on Carnival Monday and Tuesday, were given the holiday because of street parades. You know, we out on the streets jamming. So hence the reason why schools were closed for that Monday and Tuesday. But since we have safe zones now, no parading or masquerading on the street as a normal carnival would be, teachers and students will have to go to school on the Monday and the Tuesday. That is the 28th and the 1st. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Zaid.
My friend, go right ahead.
That woman is a clown. She belongs to the circuit. She doesn't really know what school is about. Education is up.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, 238-6716 is the phone line to call in live right here on Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Remember, you are viewing us on Synergy Network. Those of you on Facebook, those of you on YouTube, remember, 238-6716, call in. Let's have a discussion on the topic we are talking about or something you want to raise, a concern, whatever the case may be. And remember, we had the #1 current affairs program and the third best news forecast in Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, call your friends and call your family. Tell them Real Talk with Saieed Ali is going on live on Synergy. So it's a Mashup Monday tonight. Mashup Monday. So hear this. Remember, I've been asking and saying that even though you're vaccinated, you could get the vaccine. And Terence always seemed to shun from the topic. And I always ask our question, or ask this question, how safe is our safe zone? Remember, I always ask that question, always. They deem the safe zone safe. So because they deem the safe zone safe, we could do anything. Not a problem. But at the end of the day, the virus is here and we need to live with it. So Terence Dialsing have to understand that the economy in Trinidad and Tobago, it is important. It is important to the central bank. It is important to the Ministry of Finance. Because if our economy break, which means finance breaking. Finance breaking. Because people's pocket will break. People's pocket will break. So hear this. The Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs has confirmed that Attorney General Farid Al-Rawi has tested positive for COVID-19. I do wish him a speedy recovery, and I do hope that he don't have any severe symptoms to go with the COVID. So I must say that before I go further. I will not wish death or illness on him. At the end of the day, he is the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago, and I need him to pass some of my many laws and legislations that I will be asking for in the coming months. So, this is a result of a positive PCR test received today, Monday, 21st February 2022. The AG will continue to execute his responsibility as he remains in quarantine according to health guidelines. So I do want to wish him the best. Caller, good night.
Saeed, good night.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Saeed, the first thing I want to say, did you hear that we have a transgender senator?
Yes. I was looking at his swearing in.
Saeed, I wonder if like we ain't going through enough in this country. These things are forbidden. These things are forbidden in the Bible. This is what we're bringing upon ourselves now. Anyhow, hats off. Secondly, Saeed, I just digested the death of that baby on the seat. It took me a while to digest it. Saeed, I have 8 grandchildren. My last grand is a month and a week old today. Saeed, you know how that hit me.
I understand.
A bullet to a baby head, Saeed, I couldn't get over that.
It's sad, yes.
What kind of human being, after shooting and killing a baby, I don't care about protocols. How you could go home and lie down and sleep and hug up your children, hug up your baby, hug up your nieces and nephews. How on earth you functioning after pulling that trigger without making sure what is happening on that boat? Why when the drugs coming inside your door, nobody don't get shoot like that?
I understand.
Saeed, that blood on that individual hand, I just hope and pray that somebody could find it in their heart to forgive him. But I can't, because that is the worst thing I could have endured beside the raping and murdering of those beautiful young women in the past year and change that we had in this country. And that just die a slow death and everybody living normal as ever. Thank you for listening to me, Saeed. Good night.
Thank you, my dear, and good night to you and your loved ones. You know, it's sad, but we'll just have to wait and see what the investigations turned up with. Just have to wait and see. A release from the office of the Prime Minister has stated that a member of the Prime Minister, Dr. Saieed Ali, delegation to Qatar has tested positive for COVID-19. The support staff tested negative on leaving for Qatar. However, while at the hotel, a third test was done and the delegate tested positive. The person is in isolation and under medical supervision. The test result for the other members of the delegation remained negative. Dr. Rowley and his delegation left the country on Friday for Doha, Qatar, to attend the 6th Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum. So hear this now. We can't supply Train 1 with gas. We want to export? We cannot supply Train 1 with gas, but we want to export? Let's think about it. Think about it. If we cannot supply our own here, how could we supply somebody else? Think about it. So Stuart Young is the Minister of Energy, and he is on this delegation. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, my dear.
That woman that just calling and talking about the baby. Why they didn't put baby on board? On the pirogue. Thank you, Saeed.
Thank you, my friend. Illegal baby on board. But then say what? So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but nevertheless, when we come back, we're going to have some discussion on Mash It Up Monday, right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and investor businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on youtube.com and TT Real Talk on facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carnival Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies. We are conveniently located at number 14 Carnival Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Or feel free to visit our newly opened branch at 132 Siparo Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Earn up to 2.5% interest on a 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670 or 242-7690. Our courteous staff will be happy to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. As the decision to make the public sector a safe zone has passed its February 17 deadline, the trade union, or the Joint Trade Union Movement, that is JTUM, has given the government a mandate of its own to desist, or the government will be dealt with decisively. The mandate came after JTUM President Ansel Roche, who is also president of the Oilfield Workers Trade Union. Listen to this.
We want to say this morning categorically that call on the government to cease and desist and to remove entirely any intention that they would have had or continue to have to implement this mandatory vaccination. It will bring chaos, disorder, and it will bring a lot of problems, both seen and unseen, onto this country, but more specifically onto individuals in this country. And we are prepared to do whatever becomes necessary to ensure that the rights of citizens are protected.
The PM previously stated that the public sector workers who remain unvaccinated without a valid medical reason would be flogged. Roger added that denying a worker their rights to earn meant taking away bread from the mouth of the person's children. He stated that once the country unites, the government will have to back down and add that any law that removes workers from their jobs is an unjust law and will be restricted in the strongest order. Roger also stated that he will not wait until 2025 to resist that law.
This country only has to unite around all of those issues that are against our interest. And once we unite as a country, as workers, government will have to back down. Any law that removes a worker from his job, denies him his right to or her right to work, if him or her refuses to accept the job, any law to that effect is an unjust law. And all unjust law must be resisted in the strongest order. May I also say that we are not going to wait for 2025 to resist that law. That law will be resisted immediately.
So now, viewers, Roger also stated that he will not wait until 2025. Why wait until 2025 when they are drafting policy? You see, hence the reason why I started this thing early. I started it early, and I let them know if the AG bring that law, if the AG bring forward that law to prevent workers from going to their work site, if they are not vaccinated, QCs will be in the court. The QCs will be in the courts together with those who call themselves leaders of our country. He further noted that the issue dealing with vaccination, retrenchment, outstanding wage, and salary negotiation would also be addressed. So it's not just one thing. You have vaccination policies, you have retrenchment, you have outstanding wages, and you still have salary negotiation that is outstanding. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Saieed.
My friend, go right ahead.
The death of the elderly people in the fire in Princeton area, you know, this thing is very, very sad. You know, fire plants could not have reached, you know. Rohan Saran said a little while ago that they are waiting funding to fix the slippage. Now, isn't this very strange? In all the opposition areas, there are slippage, there is bad road. They are waiting on funding. Did they wait for funding for that 20 million for Carnival? Was there any waiting for funding? Was there waiting for funding when they built these two swimming pools in the PNA Mill, Laventille and Maloney and wherever? Was they waiting for any funding? How much is for 50-something million when he sent it for the Tobago hoteliers and all these kind of things? Was there? How is it that they have funding for all these kind of things? And look, these two elderly people. You know, this government discriminates. They discriminate a lot. And it is time that we call them to account. This is our money. This is not Rowley and the PNM money. And they're handing out grants here, there, and giving their own. Why is it they are discriminating against the taxpayers, the citizens? And what about the amount of money that the HBC is owing and all this? Because their supporters are occupying these places. It is time that we call them to account, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, my friend. Caller, good night again. We have a call? All of you love this, you know. All of you love this too bad. From today, unvaccinated children under 12 years old will be allowed into safe zones. Minister of Health Terence Zial Singh stated that the decision to lift restrictions came about because of mental health concerns. So hear this. All the time we couldn't go in a safe zone. We couldn't go. It was only for vaccinated children, vaccinated individuals. So because of mental concerns now, children 12 and under will be allowed into safe zones. So I am asking myself now, is COVID-19 now going to hit the children under 12? Not hit, miss them? Is the children under 12 going to be spared from COVID-19 into a safe zone? So you're blaming it now on mental health. The other thing stated that by allowing children under the age of 12 to socialize can help with their mental health, and added that when persons are vaccinated, it means their mental health is better. If we are vaccinated, our mental health is better. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. We need another Minister of Health in Trinidad and Tobago. We need another Minister of Health in Trinidad and Tobago. Listen this. In 2020, when COVID-19 introduced itself to Trinidad and Tobago in February 2020, for the whole of February 2020, how many died from COVID-19? How many? Come 2021, as we start to take the vaccine, the death started to climb. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, viewers of Real Talk with Saieed Ali, according to Terence Singh, your children under 12 years are safe in a safe zone and they cannot contract COVID-19. And what they blame it on? Mental health. They blame it on mental health. Listen to this video.
Child who would like to go with their family, their vaccinated family, into a safe zone like a restaurant, a cinema, and so on, from Monday, they will be able to accompany their vaccinated parents, their vaccinated siblings into a safe zone. The mental health of populations around the world is important. And what you find around the world is that when people's mental health is better, they are more likely to be vaccinated because they see a reason. So this allowing of the children under 12 unvaccinated, with the caveats I have given, will help tremendously with the social interaction and the mental health of those children and their families.
Let me tell you something, Terence Singh. You look to get a nice silver pen and sign your resignation form. Those who are not vaccinated, let me tell you something. According to Terence, something wrong with your mental. According to Terry, something wrong with your mental because you're unvaccinated. Hey, boy, let me tell you something. We can't get them more foolish than that. If you're vaccinated, your mental health good. Children under 12 could go in a safe zone with their vaccinated parents. So the children under 12 cannot get COVID-19. Good, Terence? All right, all well and good. So all the unvaccinated individuals now, all the unvaccinated individuals in Trinidad and Tobago, something wrong with my mental health. According to your health minister. I just played it for you all. I just played it for you. Somebody over the age of 12, we cannot go into a safe zone with our vaccinated family. But the ones under 12 could go into a safe zone with our vaccinated family. What we blame it on? The mental health. So the people over 18, over 12, the mental health ain't good. And hear him, all over the world. All over the world. So when Saieed come and tell you that now, Saieed, something wrong with your mental health. My 14-year-old son, who is not vaccinated, according to Terry, something wrong with his mental health. Terence, you know him by chance? And we call that man, whose name is Terence Singh, he's the Minister of Health. And then all they say, Saieed is get on TV? Huh? All they say side is get on TV. Just run back that video one more time there. Run back that video with Terrence.
Child who would like to go with their family, their vaccinated family, into a safe zone like a restaurant, a cinema, and so on, from Monday, they will be able to accompany their vaccinated parents, their vaccinated siblings into a safe zone. The mental health of populations around the world is important. And what you find around the world is that when people's mental health is better, they are more likely to be vaccinated because they see a reason. So this allowing of the children under 12 unvaccinated, with the caveats I have given, will help tremendously with the social interaction and the mental health of those children and their families.
So the children and them who over 12, them can't go to the restaurant. They can't go to the cinema. Terry boy, all they're good, you know. All they're letting down Trinidad day by day. And don't talk for the health fraternity. With people like you in power, it gone down the drain. Down the drain, you letting down doctors and nurses and pharmacists. What a shame. I don't know who writing his script. I have no idea who giving you advice. Under 12 going cinema and restaurant. While your children who over 12 now, they have to stay home. Something wrong with their mental health. The minister advised parents that if they have a child who has an NCD, non-communicable disease, to do their own assessment on whether it is worth carrying their children outdoor. He also urged owners of establishment to be vigilant and make sure no one with flu-like symptoms enters their premises. Listen to this.
If you have a child who is diabetic, who has an NCD, who is asthmatic, who is obese, overweight, please in your own judgment determine whether the risk you are taking is worth it. Yes, we are lifting the restriction, but we ask parents to do their own, parents and guardians, to do their own risk assessment of whether taking your unvaccinated 12-year-old and under into a safe zone is worth it. And we also ask owners of establishments that will now be allowing these children 12 and under to make sure and maybe step up your screening at the door, make sure no one with fever comes in, flu-like symptoms, especially your staff, so that we could continue to protect these children 12 and under.
So here is viewers, I would love this one. He noted that many persons could have been alive if they did not pay attention to anti-vaccine or anti-vaccination message that the 50% vaccination status could have been reached since October last year. Listen to this, man.
So many more people could have been alive today if they did not pay so much attention to the anti-vaxxers' messages. And the report clearly says that, which we have been seeing all the time. While it's a half-decent place to be, we should have reached this by around October, November last year. And so many of those deaths which were coming to us at 30 a day, 25 a day for prolonged periods could have been avoided.
So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to have this discussion as you just heard from him. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and investor businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on youtube.com and TT Real Talk on facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carnival Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies. We are conveniently located at number 14 Carnival Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Or feel free to visit our newly opened branch at 132 Siparo Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Earn up to 2.5% interest on a 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670 or 242-7690. Our courteous staff will be happy to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. No. Terrence said he noted that many persons could have been alive if they did not pay attention to anti-vaccination message, and that the 50% vaccination status could have been reached since October last year. You see, I will tell you something. If Terrence Dial Singh was listening to the public, if Terrence Dial Singh was listening to the cries of the public, Trinidad and Tobago health would have been better today. I'm telling you, it would have been better today. You're ducking questions. You're telling me what you want. Patients seeing something different going on in the hospital, and you coming and telling us something different. But you want to tell the people and them about anti-vaccination message? How many people have called into Real Talk? How many persons have called into our program live on air nightly and tell us of the complaints that their friends and their family and their relatives and their cousin and their brother and their sister and their grandmother and their grandfather, after taking the vaccine, the complications they end up with? Let me tell you something. The Minister of Health know what's going on, you know. They know what's going on, you know. But being a minister, we go put aside all the complaints and we go forward with what we know. And you're blaming the citizen now for not reaching the 50% capacity that you want to reach. All you're ducking the truth. When I come here night after night after night, directing questions to all you want to answer, all you're ducking it. Well, it's all you will have Trinidad and Tobago health like it. All you like it. All you like it the way it is. When I talk, Saieed is not a doctor, but I have people who, Terrence, I have people who working next to all you. I have people working next to all you. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
This thing with Terrence Dial Singh, right? There's no cure for the COVID, right? Before the vaccine, and he was treating people with what he was treating people with. I have this. If I don't have anybody personally that died or complications, right? Mm-hmm. But the people who did have died and had complications, they should do a malpractice suit on Terrence Dial Singh, because there's a O.J. Simpson, and the family suing for wrongful death of their daughter. There's a case going on now with Alex Baldwin. The family suing him for wrongful death. Why can't people do that in Trinidad? Charge him for wrongful death and sue him for malpractice because he's not a doctor. He's not even a qualified pharmacist. If he gets all the power now, and somebody hires him, would you go and he goes to a pharmacy? Would you take any advice from him? If he's a pharmacist, would you? Would anybody?
Thank you, my friend. I understand what you're saying. So hear this now. Minister of Health Terrence Yalsing has stated that his ministry has taken seriously the recommendations made in the report of the committee appointed to investigate the factors contributing to COVID-19 patients in Trinidad and Tobago. Yalsing stated that the first order of business is to improve working conditions for staff, communications, meals and data management. Listen to this.
So I think communications is something that we have to improve on. One of the issues that we looked at was the issue of meals. That was issue number 8 of the recommendations. We have to look at that. So those are some of the recommendations we'll have to look at. I think moving forward, data management is going to be critical, and I'm glad that the committee raised it, because as you know, we now have a Ministry of Digital Transformation, and we are the Ministry of Health over the past year, which was slowed down due to COVID, and I'm looking for the document. We have a national policy now on how we digitize the entire healthcare system.
Terrence, while you talking about digitizing, people suffering in the hospital, you don't need a digital system to tell you we need a chair. You don't need a digital system to say the workers them, the nurse and them need time off. You don't need a digital system to tell you a bed sheet needed. 2 years, 24 months into the pandemic, they now launch an investigation. 24 months. Hundreds have died. Thousands have been complaining. But after 24 months, you now decide to launch a committee when you're already changing hospitals and converting them back now from hospitals to COVID-19 hospitals back to hospitals. Let me tell you something. No wonder why we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, if they give you a hammer to swallow, we have to swallow the hammer and stay quiet. Because them is the boss, and what them say goes. Let me tell you something. I will come here night after night and label them as ministers who are not performing. One man will change an entire country. It took Moses. One person. Moses broke Egypt. Moses broke Pharaoh. One man. I am going to stand here night after night and talk about the right thing. Because I will tell you something. If you are part of the problem, you could never be part of the solution. I saying so. I Saieed Ali saying so. So here it is. Yalsing stated that the first order of the day is to improve working condition. After 2 years of bawling and crying and sweating, nurses resigning. After 24 months, you now decide to change working condition for staff, better communication, meals and data management. And you want to tell me all you had everything under control? What you had under control? Nothing else but yourself. Nothing else but yourself. So hear this. The report also addressed concerns about the staff shortage of some staff in the front line felt abandoned by the leadership. Who's the leadership? Terry is the leadership. The Asing added that while there were no establishment protocol for a nurse to patient rotation, the ministry and staff at the medical facilities handled the pandemic well. How much of them had to resign? How much of them? Yes, we say kudos to the nurses and the doctors who stand firm. He stated that there are no more persons to hire in regards of staff shortage. Listen to this.
So we always said, Alicia, during the pandemic, there are no more persons to hire. We hired 1,500 or 1,700. You would have heard from the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Trotman, and especially Dr. Richards, who kept saying a bed is not a bed. You need all those persons around it. And in my view, the RHAs and we did a reasonable job in handling a global pandemic for which there is no blueprint, for which the world had no previous experience except 1918. So in a pandemic, as the report said, there is no known ratio of patient to health worker, and we continue to monitor it, and we continue to find ways to deal with this.
So what ways did you come up with, Terrence? There is no one to hire. Let me tell you something. Ola naturally didn't want to hire anybody again. Millions spent in Tobago. Hotelers. Millions. And you could have hired some nurses and doctors in Trinidad on a temporary basis. And you could have done that. Saieed wrong, the minister right. Nurses have been complaining about this since 2020, and it fell on deaf ears, Mr. Terrence the Alsing, because I have been saying it time after time. Doctors complaining, nurses complaining, but you know what? Your ears full of wax that you can't hear nothing. Well, I hope your ears clean, you know. Take what I'm telling you. I hope your ears clean. The report also recommended an increase of use tocilizumab. Now, given its effectiveness to treat COVID-19 patients, even though it is an expensive drug. However, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram said the use of this drug on COVID-19 patients have been done according to COVID-19 guidelines by the cost factor was something that has to be considered. Caller, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Saieed.
My friend.
Saieed, the only thing could come out of that committee where they should be reporting is that the reason why this country is in this position today with COVID and why we lose so many lives and the country is in such a decline is because of the mishandling, the mismanagement of the government and the lockdown measures that they force onto the people of this country that have us in this situation today. Why it is now, as soon as they open back up the beaches and people are allowed to go out into the sun and bathe and get fresh air instead of being locked up home, that we've seen a drastic decline in the the number of people dying and the widespread of the COVID now. And this, remember, it's 2 years they forced people not to go and bathe in the beaches and go outside and have sporting activities and things. That is the only thing this committee could report on. And if they don't say anything about that, that committee is just a waste of time. And considering mental health issues in this country, you know, Terrence, the other thing like to go to the promenade in Brian Lara Promenade and shed a tear.
Yes.
I wonder if he just look around and see, even before the COVID, how mentally ill people all over Brian Lara Promenade and the whole of Port of Spain, how much it increased from when they started in government to now. They even come down Stanford and on Mokarapo Street on the Paris Promenade and see the amount of mental health issues that people are facing throughout this country and how much people are going mad in this country because of the governance of the PNM and Keith Rowley. That is what he needs to check up and see. That has nothing to do with COVID. It's what they're doing to the people, the oppression, driving people into depression and forcing them that they're losing their minds. That's what the other thing needs to look upon. Have a good night, Mr. Said, and enjoy the rest of your program.
Thank you, my friend. Same to you. So here it is. The other thing now, he explained that there was a fair supply of drug in TNT prior to the pandemic, which was being used to treat rheumatoid arthritis. For the treatment of a COVID-19 patient using that drug, Dr. Palshram said it costs about $8,000 to treat an ICU/HCU patient. Listen to this.
There are clinical guidelines in place and protocols both at the national level as well as the RHA level led by the clinicians, which is adopted as new data comes to light regarding the use of the medication. It is an expensive drug. It costs us about 8,000 TT to treat every single patient that it is administered to. So that has to be borne in mind in terms of purchasing as well. But generally speaking, the guidelines exist, and of course we are happy to continuously review any guideline that is in place based on the data that comes forth.
So viewers, I just want to send a little shout out to Red Boy from Barapur and Saieed Ali. They are other viewers of Real Talk with Saieed Ali, and I just want to wish them happy and holy and safe 2022, and may you continue watching Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So viewers, as we continue tonight, Minister of Finance Colin Mimbut has indicated that a 3-member specialist team is investigating Wednesday's power outage and that terms are expected to report on finding by next month. Mimbut stated that the government considered last week's outage to be a serious matter which required an immediate investigation. He added that the Office of the Prime Minister has appointed a 3-member team to determine the cause of the outage. Listen to this.
Contrary to statements made in the public domain by persons who should know better, over the last 12 years, there have been a number of major electricity power outages in Trinidad and Tobago. We all remember only too vividly the nationwide power outage that occurred 9 years ago on the night of March the 29th, 2013, under a previous government. In that 2013 incident, since the main generating capacity is located in the Deep South, it took up to 18 hours for electricity to be restored in several areas of the country, such as northwest Trinidad. That 2013 blackout and its aftermath attracted international attention and was widely featured in the foreign news media, including the Washington Post, the New York Times, the Tampa Tribune, and the Miami Herald.
So now viewers, he added, Mimbut noted that statement made by persons who should know better that over the last 12 years, there have been a number of power outages in TNT. The minister recalled the nationwide power outage on March 29, 2020, under a previous government, which took up 18 hours, which took up the 18 hours to restore. Now, I will tell you something, viewers. I will tell you something. Electricity is something could go anytime. A transformer, a fuse, a power line, a substation could go down from time to time. So this is something every country should be looking out for from time to time. I want you all to understand that. We can't blame anyone for this. It's simple. Your AC will be working in your house good today. And by tomorrow, your AC stop working. And you will be like, but and it was working proper last night? Yes. Time span. Time span. So hear this now. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram have stated that the Ministry of Health will be rolling out COVID-19 vaccination at schools from February 21st to 25th for students, teachers, and parents. He stated that other vaccinations that are necessary for students would also be available at health centers.
Notwithstanding the fact that there have been several major power outages in Trinidad before, the government considers this week's outage to be a very serious matter, which requires immediate, independent, and expert investigation. As a consequence, I wish to announce that the Office of the Prime Minister has appointed a 3-man specialist team to thoroughly investigate and determine the causes of and the national response to the nationwide electricity power outage that occurred on Wednesday, February the 16th, 2022, and to make recommendations to prevent a recurrence of such an event.
So viewers, that video was from when the minister had recalled the nation power and he was talking about under the previous government. But switching gears, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram have stated that the Ministry of Health will be rolling out COVID-19 vaccine in schools. Listen to what he has to say.
The press release that went out yesterday really spoke to the administration of COVID-19 vaccines to the 12 to 18 population with the schools. We have been in collaboration with the Ministry of Education as the release indicated, and we'll begin that program on the 21st, which is next week, Monday. The program continues to be in place for all other vaccinations through the local health centers. There are some outreach programs that have occurred through the school health program for quite a long time now for other vaccinations, for example, yellow fever in the past, and that will continue.
So now, viewers, the Minister of Health in a media release said the COVID-19 vaccination rollout at schools will target students between the age 12 to 17 at 35 schools. Since August last year, both the Health and Education Ministry have been developing a COVID-19 vaccination plan to be rolled out in schools for the WHO-approved Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, the only vaccine approved for children to be distributed. So viewers, how many of you will be allowing your kids to take that vaccine? How many? So tonight I just want to stress on a little bit of the Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago. I believe he is fully vaccinated. I believe so. So hear this. The Attorney General tested positive for COVID-19. I believe he is fully vaccinated. How safe is our safe zones? How safe is our safe zone now? Seeing that the Attorney General is fully vaxxed, it's supposed to reduce his risk of getting COVID-19 according to Terence D.L. Singh. But nevertheless, it didn't reduce the risk. He got COVID-19 being fully vaccinated. So ask yourself, how safe is our safe zones? Our 12 and under children could go to a safe zone with our fully vaccinated parents. But 12 and over children cannot go. They will get COVID-19. They're 12 and over. But the 12 and under, they can't get COVID-19. They can't. So my thing is that they will be immune to COVID-19 because they're 12 years and under, while the 12 years and over is not immune to COVID-19. All I love our health minister? Congratulations to Terence Dialsing. Once again, you have let down Trinidad and Tobago. 12 years and over cannot go into a safe zone with our vaccinated parents or guardian. Terry? But the 12 years go and undergoing. Well done, Terence. Well done. So how do you look at yourself now, Terence, making those statements? The mental health, 12 years and under, they want to see about that. But the mental health, 12 years and older, in primary school, in secondary school, who actually need a break after studying secondary and studying for exam. Terry boy, nothing wrong with their mental health, and they could take the jamming. And Terry, they cannot go to the cinema as a form of method of relaxation. They cannot go with their parents, vaccinated parents, into the restaurant, which we deem as a safe zone. Terry, that's not good for them. That's not good for them. They will catch COVID-19, Terry. But the 12 and under, Terry, they're immune to COVID-19, Terry. Well done, Trinidad and Tobago, with our health minister. Like I say, once again, Terence, you have insulted the high intellectual capacity of the nurses and doctors and the parents in Trinidad and Tobago. Because you are the Minister of Health. You are the hero of Trinidad and Tobago. You made us #1 in battling COVID-19. When I heard you say that, I said, no, Terry, tonight you're getting it. Because my 10-year-old son will be like, Daddy, I am under 12 years. Me and you could go into a restaurant. But my big brother, who is 14 years old, cannot go, Daddy. So I wonder what Roshan Parashram, what the Attorney General, what the Prime Minister have to say about that now, Terry. Nevertheless, viewers, we are out of time for tonight. It has been Mashup Monday, 21st of February. Nevertheless, I do want to thank you for viewing us. A rerun of this program is 11:30 a.m. tomorrow morning until 12:30 p.m. So viewers, and we'll be right back here for Turn It Up Tuesday, the 22nd of February. Until then, Allahumma Allah kita, Rabikela la anda bi'illa uzur umma Allah. Do not allow those in authority who have education to put you down as educators in our country. Ila hanta bi'illa la unna. God gave knowledge to the wise, and he also gave knowledge to make those that have knowledge look like fools. Ila anta ba kumalala indazaba. Until we meet again,